Well, assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to again ClouDolus YouTube channel, everyone. So today we are going to discuss about hands-on guide how to install and set up Ubuntu and CentOS on your VMware Workstation. So we are already discussed about in Linux installation basic setup, where is discuss about pre and post installations of basic setups and overview. So after then we are select the distribution Ubuntu and CentOS, which is the main user friendly is Ubuntu basic user, and then server user for CentOS. So these are the distributions we will install and set up on our VMware Workstation Pro 17. So based on that, this video will be very important for who think about install setup of Ubuntu CentOS on VMware. So based on that hands-on guide, we will discuss about context base. So first of all, which is an overview, and then VMware getting started, and next installation Ubuntu on VMware, and installation CentOS on VMware, and best practices overall installation and setup with the VMware. So based on that, we will discuss about in details how to install and set up Ubuntu and CentOS on VMware. Before go in details, if you like this video, please do like, share and comment, and don't forget subscribe. So let's start with the installation hands-on guide. So first of all, we are go with the installation and setup overviews. And so for setting up Ubuntu and CentOS on VMware is the crucial skill for DevOps professionals who want to create isolated environments for testing, deployment and automation workflow. So this is the very crucial for DevOps professional who wants to use this environment for testing, deployment and automation workflow. So for VMware allows you to run multiple virtual machine VMs on single system, enabling you to experiment with the different Linux distribution without altering your primary operating system. So after then, through this guideline, hands-on steps to install and configure both Ubuntu and CentOS on VMware, covering the key setting and best practices for optimizing performance in DevOps environment. So based on that overview, how to manage, run and use VMware environment. So this is the overview where Ubuntu and CentOS on VMware is used for testing, deployment and automation workflow, and VMware allows to multiple virtual machines without altering your primary operating system. And this hands-on guide will get the key settings and best practices for optimizing performance and DevOps environment. So this is the overview Linux install and setup. Next we will go with the getting started with VMware. So first of all, first step, install VMware Workstation in your local machine. Where is that to Bing, you will need to VMware Workstation or VMware Player install on your system. Here is how. So you go with the download VMware, visit the official VMware website and download either a VMware Workstation or VMware Player depending on your preference. So in that case, don't worry about that. We are already created how to VMware Workstation download, install and set up for go to use for next stage. So and then next installation VMware, run the installer and follow the setup wizard once installs launch VMware. So this is the first step, install VMware Workstation. So don't worry about that. If you don't know how to install VMware Workstation in your local machines operating systems, already we created a video how to download, install VMware Workstation Pro 17 in your Windows systems and ready to use for setup Ubuntu and CentOS. So this is the install VMware Workstation. Then next step is installing Ubuntu on VMware. So first of all, download Ubuntu ISO for Windows. In your VMware you need to ISO file. So first of all, download Ubuntu ISO file, go to the official Ubuntu website and download the LTS long-term supports version of Ubuntu, ensuring they have a stable version for long-term uses in your DevOps workflows. And then next step is the create a new VM in VMware. So open VMware Workstation or VMware Player and select the create a new virtual machine, and next choose the ISO image by selecting the downloaded Ubuntu file, then click next. So step 3, allocate resources. CPUs, assign at least 2 CPUs for smooth operation, and RAM, allocate at least 4 GB of RAM for optimal performance. You can assign more if your system allows. Storage, for storage provide at least 20 GB of disk space, especially if you are plan to install DevOps tools. So in that case, first step is a download Ubuntu ISO file, create a VM in VMware and allocate the resources. So in that case, don't worry about that. Next video will be do a hands-on lab where is in details we are going to how to install and configure your Ubuntu system on your VMware. So this is a step, third step, and then next fourth step where is installation of Ubuntu. So start the VM and Ubuntu's installation wizard will appear. Then you will follow the prompts, choose the language, keyboard settings, and select install Ubuntu. So after installation, update your system by running then a sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade -y. So already we know that how to pre and post installations basic setup. So this is the post installation basic setups. So after then step 5 VMware tools installation. When you use Ubuntu system on VMware, then you will be enhance your performance and monitoring systems. For that, installing VMware tools improves VM performance, enabling better integration with the host machine. Then install a prerequisite where is sudo apt install open VM tools desktop -y and sudo reboot, and then verify VMware tools installation VMware -tools box cm -vm. So this is the fourth and fifth stage where is the installation of Ubuntu systems and VMware tools installation systems. So after then is last stage where is the 6 steps of post installation setup for DevOps. So install basic setup tools. So sudo apt install git curl VM, already we know that, and enable SSH access where is the sudo apt install open SSH server, and then sudo systemctl enable SSH and sudo systemctl start SSH. So this is the overall steps how to install Ubuntu on your VMware. So next we will go with how to install CentOS on VMware. So first of all, download CentOS ISO file. So step 1, visit your official CentOS website and download the CentOS 7 or 8 version or CentOS system depending on your preference. And then next step number 2, create a new virtual machine in VMware. Where is the open VMware and choose the create a new virtual machine and select the CentOS ISO image and process to the next step. So step number 3, and where is the allocated resources or CPUs, assign at least 2 CPUs and RAM, assign at least 4 GB of RAM for smooth operation, especially if you are in installation enterprise tool. So after then storage allocated 20 GB or more depending on your intended use cases. So this is the step 3, and then we'll go with the 4th step where installation of Ubuntu system. Start with the VM and the CentOS installation wizard will loaded. Then choose your language and keyboard setting. Then process the installation screen and configure disk partitions. Choose the automatic for simplicity, and then set up a root password and create a user account. After then follow the prompt to install CentOS. Once done, reboot the VM. So this is the step 4. Then we'll go with the step 5, install VMware tools. So this is the VMware tools for need to better performance, install VMware tools. So step is update your system where use the sudo yum update or -ay, and then install open VM tools. For that use the yum installation open VM tools -y, and that for a graphical environment you will use the sudo yum install open VM tools desktop -y. After then start with the VM tools SD service. For use the sudo systemctl enable VM tools sd dot service, and then start VM tools sd dot service. So after then you'll verify installation. So use this VMware -tools box -cmd -version. This is the verify installations. Then you will go with the step number 6, which is the post installation setup for DevOps. So after then you install EPEL extra packages for enterprise Linux and basic DevOps tools. So for that sudo yum install EPEL -released and sudo yum install git curl and vim, and then enable SSH access, or use the sudo yum install open SSH -server, then a sudo systemctrl enable SSHD, and then a systemctrl start SSHD, and then verify installation tools where is git minus minus version, curl minus minus version, and vm minus minus version. So this is the step number 6, post installation setup for DevOps. This is the overall installation process, how to install CentOS on VMware. So after then you will go with the best practices install and setup, best practices for installation and setting up. So for that, resource allocations, ensuring you allocate sufficient CPUs, RAM and storage based on the workloads, and snapshots. So regularly take a VM snapshot before major changes or installations, and VMware tools installation. Always install VMware tools after setting up the OS. And then partitioning for the better performance and management, use a custom partition if needed, and automated backups. So set up the automated backups or export your VMs periodically, and networking configurations, ensure that your virtual machines are correctly configured to access the internet and your local network. Next, security consideration, configure firewall and SSH access carefully to secure your VMs from unauthorized access. Next, the regular system updates. So for frequently updates both Ubuntu and CentOS system to ensure they are protected from vulnerabilities, and use for the following command to update package. So for Ubuntu, use sudo apt install git curl vm, always update your Ubuntu system. And then for CentOS, use for sudo yum update, and monitor resource uses. So VMware allowed to monitor CPUs, memory and storage uses. And then next, test environment. So before go your production environment, definitely you need testing your application. So for that, use VMs as a sandbox environments to test and experiment with the new DevOps tools like Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins and Ansible before deploying them in production. So these are the best practice, also very important for installation and based on Ubuntu and CentOS. So after then, overall you time to get summarize. Overall in this video we are discussed about how to install VMware Workstation, and then install Ubuntu system on VMwares, also how to install CentOS on VMwares, and then discuss about best practices installation and basic setups of the Linux system on your VMware Workstation, also based on regular users cases. So overall in this video I'll discusses about topics. If you have any question, please do comment your comment section, and if you like this video, please do like, share and comment, and don't forget to subscribe. That's for today, and see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.